Hey ladies, welcome to Chillin with Bestie Podcast, where women all over the world can connect by discussing a variety of topics related to our everyday lives. It's your bestie Nia, and today I want to go on ahead and talk about feeling lonely versus being alone. While most of us can come into this world alone, others have been blessed with being twins, being triplets, quadruplets, or even more. But for the most part, we come into this world alone, make connection with others, whether they're good or bad ones, and then we exit, leaving those we love and those who we want to kiss our ass alone. Let's keep it 100 though. In between entering and exiting this realm, we all have faced both feeling lonely and being alone. For many of us ladies, we don't really know the difference between the two, and because of this, we can make some very shaky life decisions. So let me break it down for you, and let's go on ahead and see the difference between the two. So what is it like feeling lonely? Feeling lonely can make you feel like even in a room of strangers or in a room with people that you know, you're still by yourself. You feel like that there's no one there. It can be people talking to you. It can be people walking past. It can just feel like you're just nothing probably but an object in an entire room. It can also have you feeling like you always have to have somebody around. Like you always have to be with someone and that you can't be by yourself. You feel like you can't do anything without anyone. And you put up with things. Just any old things that you know you wouldn't dare put up with. For example, a homosexual. Now, if you don't know what a homosexual is, the definition of a homosexual is a male or female that has no place to live and no place to go, but they find themselves trying to be in quote unquote relationships with the person so they can have somewhere to lay their head at night. So you put up with that, and I'm just not gonna lie. I don't agree with putting up with that. If they homeless, tell them take their ass to the hotel or the shelter, because I would rather have a peaceful home than to be having somebody freeloading off of me just because they don't have nowhere to live. But you do. You put up with stuff that you would never really put up with on a normal occurrence. Now, from my experience, I've actually dealt with being lonely. Not gonna lie. There's been some times where it's just like, oh my goodness, I just don't understand why I gotta be by myself. And I've dealt with some things. Now, I ain't never dealt with the homosexual thing. I ain't dealing with that. But it's been some things I've dealt with. Whether it's family members I didn't want in my home, but I let them stay because I just wanted somebody else to be there. Having a roommate, I'm not gonna lie, after dealing with that experience about 3 times, that's okay. I would rather have my own place. I don't care if it was a mansion and it's just me and it. I would just rather have my own space. And it ain't that much loneliness in the world. And after dealing with all that, I'm definitely good. But for some people, this can be a stemming issue from abandonment, whether they've been abandoned as a child from a parent, or if they've been left somewhere. It can range to a number of things as some reasons why people feel lonely. Some people probably feel like they're being left out all the time. And to be honest, for some things, I'm kind of glad I was left out, because what I learned as an adult after dealing with certain situations is being left out. You're being left out for a reason. Now, it might be surface level things that people might think about, oh, because this particular person probably don't like me, or this group of people probably talking about me. Nah, sometimes you get left out or get left alone, and it's a blessing in disguise. Like, for real. So don't take it to heart. Just say it is what it is and keep it pushing. Now, let's go into being alone, because this is definitely totally something different, and I've also experienced this as well. But being alone, when you're being alone or you're by yourself, you feel a bit more secure with yourself to be by yourself. There's nothing wrong with you if you're going out, hanging out by yourself. You can travel by yourself. You can stay at home, no issue. You don't gotta be feeling like you need to be with someone or someone needs to be up under you all the time. You can spend time with others on your own time. So I don't feel like seeing people today, so I'm gonna just go ahead and chill in the house, watch me a few Netflix movies or shows, and eat a little bit of ice cream, and I'm gonna just chill. You can do that alone. You're not relationship jumping, so you just finished breaking up with one person and you're not automatically hopping into another relationship because you feeling lonely. So you take that time in between to breathe. Okay, I got to get myself together. I need to spend my time to myself to get myself together before I get to know the next person. Definitely have gone through that too. And what I can say is, being alone, you learn a little bit more about yourself, what you like, what you dislike. Hell, that's even probably a peaceful time when it's just you, yourself, and you. Yeah, that sounded terrible, but when you're just by yourself, trust me, it makes things so much easier as far as being able to obtain that peace that you want for yourself. Now, for some people, are more on the feeling lonely side. There's a few things that you can do to help deal or cope with being lonely. And the first thing I came up with is self-care and self-reflection. Take some time out for yourself, by yourself. Figure out why you feel lonely. What makes you feel lonely? Do you really feel like if there's nobody around or you have nobody to talk to, are you really gonna, lose it? And if you feel like that, I really feel like you should talk to a close friend or close friends, a family member. Go out and get some air. Go out in nature is the best. It's just the best thing. Like, hiking, going into the forest or the mountains, or even just taking a ride or sitting in your car and rolling the window down and then just enjoying the air. That is one, that right there is a couple of things that you can do. Also, spend more time by yourself. So you might think, okay, I'm going to spend a day and I'm going to be straight by myself. No, take some actual time out your day by yourself. And I'm not talking about when you're by yourself at work or you're by yourself driving. I mean, driving at home by yourself, that might be a little time, but actually take some time out for yourself and do things by yourself more often. Treat yourself. Go out, go get pampered. Go walking around in the park. Just get to know yourself and try to figure out, why do you feel so lonely? Because it can be as simple as, I feel lonely because I don't have no friends. Well, go find you some friends. Now you can go ahead and go all the way back to episode 1 where I talk about friends. And if you got issues with finding friends, go listen to episode number 1. I got a little few tips for you so you can find yourself some friends, but find you some friends. Find you some people you got some things in common with, And just so I'm letting you guys know, ladies, it's okay to feel lonely at sometimes. You're not always going to feel 100% big and bad, feeling like you can conquer the world by yourself. It's okay. You are a human being. But what's not okay is for you to feel so lonely that you're willing to do anything to get out of that feeling. And this includes abusing alcohol and drugs, dating anyone for the sake of not being alone, abandoning your children, attempting suicide, and participating in anything that is deemed to damage yourself to get out of loneliness. Now, I know the holidays are coming, so if you're or if this is a bad time of year for you because you feel so alone, think about a few of those key tips that I gave you. Spending more time with yourself, trying to figure out why you feel lonely, hanging out with close family members and friends and talking about, your loneliness. But if it's ever to the point where you feel like you can't share or talk to anyone and you feeling like you need help, definitely reach out to a mental health professional, a therapist. Go see somebody and talk about it. Because the last thing you want to do is keep thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And you're letting it fester and it turns into other things. And I've seen it happen. It's even happened for myself. Trust me and believe me, I don't want to hear nothing about anybody going basically down the wrong path to the point where they can't get out of the rabbit hole. So get some help. Talk to somebody. Shoot, if you want to, you can message me. I mean, I'll sit up here and I'll talk to you about it. I don't have a problem with that. But at least at the end of the day, you are able to recognize that you do feel lonely and that you just won't sit here and make bad decisions on the simple fact that you feel lonely. You're doing something about it. You're identifying the problem, and you can get some help as far as maybe friends will come over and come hang with you times, check on you, make sure you're doing okay. Your therapist will try to get you to complete different exercises and activities so that you won't think about it as well. It's too many people in this world, ladies, to just sit there and fester in your loneliness. I'm pretty sure you're too beautiful to be sitting up in the house talking about, gee, man, I feel so lonely. Get out of that. Like, for real. But for real, if y'all, I'm not playing. Like, if you're really feeling lonely and you just need to let some steam or you want to chit chat about it, by all means, send me an email. You can DM me. You can comment under any of my YouTube episodes. And I'll reach out. I'll check on you. I might not be able to talk to you for like hours and hours at a time, but I'll definitely check up on you to make sure you're okay. That's what besties do, right? All right, now. Don't feel like a stranger. You definitely can go on ahead. Follow me on Instagram at your_new_bestie_Nia. Like, comment, subscribe, and share on YouTube. And you can also listen to me on Spotify/Anchor. If you have any questions, you want to reach out to me, you want to talk about your loneliness, or you got any topic ideas, just go on ahead and send me an email to yourbestienia@gmail.com, and I will reach out to you as soon as possible. Again, I would like to thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate every last one of you that have been listening to me since episode 1. And if you're just joining today, go ahead and check out the last 6 episodes. So, ladies, it's always been a pleasure. I'll see you all next week. Again, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, 6 p.m. Central Time. It's your bestie, Nia. And again, you've been listening to Chillin with Bestie Podcast. Have a good evening, ladies, and have a very successful and bossy week. See ya.